Welcome back to part 2 of our video tutorial where we are creating ourselves a snowman using Python's turtle module. As you can see, after the first video, this is as far as we got. We created the body, the eyes, the mouth and the buttons on the snowman. What we want to do now is get down to the fiddly stuff. So we're going to create some arms with some fingers and we're going to throw a hat on his head, as well as putting a little bit of writing at the top of the page. Okay, so no mucking around, let's get straight into it. I'm going to head back over to Mu now, and I'm going to make a bit of room down the bottom here. I'm going to put in a comment. Let's start with his right arm. Okay, we're going to need to lift our pen up off the page first of all and go to our desired coordinates. I'm going to go to 75 for the X value and stay on 0 for the Y value. Once we're in position, we'll put our pen back down. And we'll pick our colour for the branches, which is going to be his arms and fingers. So it's an obvious one. We're going to have it as brown. Then I'm going to turn on that begin fill and I'm going to create a rectangle. Okay, now to get my turtle facing the right direction, what I need to do before I start drawing the rectangle is just swing it around to the left 40 degrees. Then I can create a loop to make our rectangle. So it's going to be for I in range 2. And underneath this loop, we put in the code to make half a rectangle. Okay, so we go forward 75. We turn left 90 degrees and go forward 7. Oops, I should be able to spell forward properly. And then we're going to go left 90 degrees. Okay, so these 4 lines of code that we just put in, that's half a rectangle. And because we are repeating that code twice, we'll end up with a full rectangle. And that's going to create the first arm on the right hand side of the snowman. Let's just have a quick look. There it is. Okay, I just need to put in the end fill for that to fill in. I forgot to whack that in, so let's put end fill. There we go, that looks a bit better. So that's the start of his arm. What we're going to do next is his finger. So let's just stop that code and put in a comment. And we'll just say right finger 1. I'm going to do a couple of fingers on him. So this is the first one. So lift our pen up and we'll go to a new set of coordinates just nearby. 115 for the X value and 38 for the Y value. And once we're there, we'll put our pen down. Turn on our fill. Again, we're going to just swing around to the left 40 degrees before we start drawing this finger. And again, we're going to draw a rectangle. So let's do for I in range 2. Colon, and then we create our finger. So we're going to go forward 25, left 90. We're going to go forward 5. It's quite a skinny little finger. And left 90 again. And down the bottom there, I'll just end that fill. Let's have a look and see if that got the next part of our arm done. Yep, so there's our first finger coming out there. I'm just going to do a mirror image of that coming out the other side now for the second finger. Okay, so let's go. Put a comment in that says right finger 2. I'm going to put my fill on. I'm going to go right 100 degrees, so we're swinging our cursor or our little turtle around. And we're simply going to draw for I in range 2. We'll get this rectangle out of the way. So forward 25, left 90, forward 5. This is all the same as before, and left 90. So it should be the same size as the finger we just drew a moment ago. Don't forget, once you finish, jump out of that loop and turn the fill off by putting in the end fill function. And that should be our right arm with the fingers all done. Bang, bang. Okay, that doesn't look too bad at all. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit crooked there. Sticks or branches aren't perfectly symmetrical. Okay, so just don't worry too much if they're a little bit crooked. Okay, so let's do the same again, but on the other side of the body. Okay, so we'll put in a comment a few lines down, just saying left arm. Yeah, we'll start with the arm. Don't want to start with the fingers yet. From there, let's put our pen up off the page and we'll go to our new set of coordinates, which is minus 130 this time, comma 50. Once in position, we will put our pen down onto the page, ready for drawing, and we will begin our fill. Before we start drawing any lines, I'm just going to turn right 10 degrees, and now we'll draw a rectangle. So for I in range 2, this is basically the same as before. We'll just slightly change a few directions that we go in. We're going to go forward 75 like we did with the other arm. We'll turn right this time 90 degrees. Go forward 7 and right 90 degrees. Okay, so those 4 lines of code there, we'll draw the arm on the other side of the body. Don't forget to put in your end fill after that loop. That should have our left arm drawn if all goes to plan. Okay, looks good. Let's add a couple of fingers on, and that's most of the fiddly stuff out of the way. So let's write left finger 1. Now, pretty similar to what we've already done. So pen up, goto. Now I'm going to be specific here, minus 112 and then 58 for the Y value there. Put your pen down when you're in position and turn your fill on, because we want this little finger coloured in with that brown that we chose earlier. Now before we draw it, we're going to turn right 40 degrees, and then we can get stuck into doing that rectangle. So for I in range 2, we're going to go forward 25, right 90, forward 5, right 90. Okay, so that draws half a rectangle, and because we are repeating it twice, the 2 halves together will make a whole rectangle. Let's have a quick squeeze. We should have our first finger there. I forgot to do end fill, that's why it wasn't coloured in, but you get the idea. And then we just got to do the second one now. So left finger 2 is what we'll call this comment. Left finger 2. And we're going to begin the fill first of all, and turn right 100 degrees. This code might look familiar to you, we just did it not long ago. We'll lift our pen up off the page. We'll go to some coordinates. I'm going to have minus 108. Oops. Minus 108, comma 31. And from there we can put our pen down and create a loop. Again, for I in range 2. I'm going to go forward 25, right 90, forward 5, right 90. Okay, so that should, those 4 lines of code there, add in the final finger. Don't forget to put your end underscore fill there after your loop. Let's have a look. There we go, so Snowman's coming together pretty nicely now. Arms and fingers are all good. Let's do the hat as our last part of the image, and then we'll put some text at the top. So I'm going to make a bit more room at the bottom here. Put in a comment that says hat. And as always, let's lift that pen up off the page and go to our set coordinates, which are going to be 50, comma 150. Once we're there, we'll put our pen down ready for drawing. Change our colour to black. We'll turn our fill on. So basically I'm going to draw the outline of the hat, and then Total will automatically colour it in. So to start with, we just need to turn right 10 degrees to get facing the right way, and we're going to go forward 100, then right 90, and forward 10. We'll go right 90 and forward 20. Then we're going to go left 90. Swinging back to the left here, and go forward 45 degrees. Then go right 90 degrees and forward 60. I better just double check this. It's not working yet, but I just want to double check to make sure we're keeping on track here with this hat. Yep, so far so good. So what was the last one? Forward 60. So that means we can go right 90 again. You can probably tell that I've got a copy of this code sitting in front of me. I don't know all these measurements off the top of my head. So we had forward 60, right 90, forward 45, left 90, forward 20, right 90. And we'll end our fill. Okay, let's save that up. Give it a run. Hopefully our hat is drawn. Haven't missed a line. Perfect. And it is coloured in black. So that's looking good. Okay, we might hide that little turtle soon. That's starting to annoy me. Before we do that, we just got the last bit to do, which is just a bit of writing across the top that says something like Happy Christmas. Okay, so let's put in a comment that says text on screen. Alright, so we're going to start by doing the usual. Pen goes up. Oh, geez, having a shock with the spelling. Pen goes up. We go to minus 130. That's heading over to the left now on the x-axis. And then 230 for the y value, which is heading straight up the y-axis. We're going to put our pen down once we're in position, and we're going to change the colour of our writing to red. And we just need to tell the computer what to write now, so we do write, and in quotation marks, Happy Christmas, put a comma, whoops, not in capitals here, font, equals, and then in brackets and quotation marks, choose a font, anything on your computer. I'm just going to choose a common Arial. And pick a size, so I'm going to make size 20, and then if you want, you can put a style on it. I'm going to put bold. Alright, last thing I said I would do is just hide the turtle so you don't see that pointy little thing anywhere on your work. Let's have a look at how this turns out. Oops, hide turtle. What have I done wrong there? Oops, we've got to close our second bracket up here. So remember there's two closing brackets there on that second last line. 1, 2 opening ones, yep. Here's the moment of truth. That looks pretty good to me. So that's the text we added in there at the end. Got our hat looking good. So if you got that far, you've done a great job. Okay, save what you've got, and I will catch you in the next video.